Hey guys, this is Eric from Figure Unboxing, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Ultraman suit version 7.2. And this guy is a crossover between UltraAct and SH Figuarts. And I don't have any UltraAct anymore just because I'm not too big of a fan for Ultraman. I do prefer Kamen Rider and Power Rangers when I was a kid, but you know, that's not important because this guy is amazing. Like, he looks really good. I love the design on all these Ultraman comic figures. And again, I haven't read a comic yet, but I do love them, and I'm going all in for the line for now. And I do believe they're coming out with the Ace suit, which is a girl, and that one does have a face sculpt, so I'm really bummed out that this one doesn't include it, because I actually checked online. This guy looks really cool. Like, he has that cool anime look, those typical character with glasses and that doesn't talk much kind of look, and they look very cool. And unlike this guy has the face sculpt, so I don't know why they're not giving this guy a head sculpt. So, you know, that's really annoying. They might do that for another character, you know, you have to like bundle it for a bonus, or they might just release another one with a head sculpt, like what they're doing with Kylo Ren and this guy, right? It's so stupid that they're doing that, but you know, it's all about business. And here's the left of the box, here is the right of the box, and here's the back of the box. And this guy reminds me a lot of the Metal Gear Solid Raiden, which I'm really digging. But yeah, that's enough of me talking, and let's jump straight into the box and see what we got. So here we have the figure still in the inner packaging, and wow, he looks amazing. I love the slick design they're doing over here, and he comes with 3 pairs of hands, the sword, and the boomerang on his head that he can throw with. And let's jump straight into the figure and see what we got. Alright, so here's Su-72 right out of the packaging, and he looks really good. I love all the design on this guy. Just look at all these details. Like, I don't know anything about the character, but he just looks amazing. I'd rather collect these than Iron Man, because, well, Iron Man is really cool. I love the metallic and everything, but I just don't like buying the same figure over and over again. I like buying different characters, unless your name is Goku. I will buy it over and over again. But anyways, this one is very cool, but the color is a lot darker than I expected to be. Like, compared to the main character, the silver and red they're using over here is a lot darker. I don't know if this is accurate. Do let me know in the comments if you guys know anything about this series, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate. Like, there's no reason for them to do something that's not accurate, but you know, it's really cool. And let's jump straight into the articulation and see what we got. Alright, so for the articulation, this guy is actually pretty interesting. He's using all the latest technology from Bandai Tamashii Nations. He can look up and down, no problem. He can turn his head, no problem. His neck is on a bolt joint as well as the head, so it allows for a lot of articulation. But he can't really look up that much, so that's a bummer. But he can look down quite a bit. And for the shoulder is where it gets kind of interesting. So you can actually pop this off, and on top of that, he has the butterfly. But he doesn't have a bicep swivel, unfortunately. Well, he kind of does, like in here, but you know, you can't really do much with it. Well, yeah, you can actually do a lot. But yeah, he does have the pop out and a butterfly. So that's the first time I'm seeing this, and that is really cool. And that design is actually it's very useful. Yeah, I love that. And the bicep curl, you can actually do it this much. Mine's kind of stiff over here. I'm gonna try the right arm over here. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And the ab crunch is pretty good. He can do quite a bit of ab crunch. And the hip is kind of loose for mine, but in general, this figure feels very sturdy. All the joints are actually kind of tight. And the hip, he has the older pull down joints over here, the pull down hip, I mean, and that is pretty cool. Again, it's kind of stiff, so I don't really want to stress it. And you can bend his leg that much. That is really good. And the one thing that is interesting is that he has a pull down joint for the ankle, so you can actually pull this down a little bit, so it allows a little bit more articulation, and you know, when you got tired of it, you can just, you know, put this right back. So that is pretty cool. And that's it for articulation. Let's jump straight into the accessories. Alright, so for the accessories, this guy is pretty standard, and he came with a pair of display open hands, and these are pretty cool. You can use it when he's like just resting, or you can use it as a, like, style posing hands, and these are very useful and very basic. Like, everyone should have these by now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, so next up we have the sword holding hands, and this is his sword or katana, whatever you want to call it. It has like a peg over here, and this comes in 3 pieces. Obviously, this is the sheath, and you have to put the sword in like right here. And then you can actually peg this onto his hip, so you can put it over there. That's pretty cool. Let me try that like right now. So yeah, it's over here. Let me see how easy this is. Well, apparently, wow, this is not easy at all. Wait, let me find that little piece. All right, so here is 76 with sword assemble, and that looks really good. And I almost dropped that little piece into my extension cord, so you guys have to be really careful with that. Oh, thank God nothing happened. All right, so here we have him holding the sword, and he looks amazing. And again, I don't know his fighting style, so I'm not sure how to pose it, but I'm sure people can come up with a lot of stuff with this. It's really cool. I like it. Alright, so lastly, he came with one left hand for him to hold the back piece of his head. Just to be show accurate, you have to remove this, and he can use this as like a boomerang or something. That is really cool. And let's jump straight into the size comparison and see what we got. Alright guys, since I don't have much time today, we're just gonna go with the regular size comparison, and this is what he looks like next to the Avengers. And again, I apologize for the lazy size comparison, but that still looks very cool. Alright, so next up, we have him next to some of the Star Wars figure, and he's about the same size as Kylo Ren and Mace. Alright, so next up we have him next to some Kamen Riders, and he is slightly taller than most of the Kamen Riders, as you guys can see here. Alright, so next up we have some Dragon Ball figures, and I'm pretty sure most of you are very familiar with these, and I can't wait for the Battle Damage Gohan. But I'm not sure if that Gohan is as tall as this one. It should be about the same size. But in my opinion, this guy is still really short. Wait, let me just stand him out. I feel like he's a little bit too skinny compared to Gohan. I don't know, that could just be me, and I wonder what the new one is gonna look like. Alright, so next up we have him next to some Naruto figures, and he's about the same height as Kakashi, and that is really cool. And just a really quick side note, Bandai has confirmed Rock Lee for March, and I'm really excited for that. Alright, so next up I have him next to some of my recent Figmas, and that is really cool. Alright, so lastly we have him next to Ultraman, and let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, this is definitely a very good figure, but do I recommend it? Yes and no. And yes, for those of you who are really big fan of Ultraman and follow the comic, and no for those of you who don't know anything about the comics and you're just looking for something cool to buy. Well, if you're really rich, by all means go for it. It's a really good figure. But if you're trying to save your money and, you know, plan your financial strategically, I think you guys should pass on this one. The main reason being that I think they might come out with a better version, just like the Ultraman we have over here, because they're releasing a head sculpt for the Ace suit as well. So I think in some future release they're gonna do his face sculpt as well. He is a really cool guy. He has glasses. He looks like Ishida from Bleach or something. Well, he doesn't actually look like that. Sorry, but he's a guy with glasses, and he looks really good. And I do know he has like a heavy arm version where he's holding cannon, so they might do that as well. Maybe do like a deluxe version and make that very expensive, and you might have to get that again. But if you can find him around $85 and you think he looks good, by all means go for it. I spent around $85 pre-ordering this guy, so if you can find it at a second market on eBay or something, 85 is actually pretty reasonable. With shipping though, like 80 something is always reasonable for Tamashii Web exclusive. But yeah, I think that's it for the review. Again, I do love the figure. It comes with a decent amount of accessories. I mean, it looks really good, and yeah, I love you guys as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and this is Eric. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.